All right, let's get this set up. Now we need to go through audio checks. How's the audio? Not sure how to adjust that there. Welcome back, Ed. Hey, let me know how the audio is. This mic hasn't been used in years, and I don't know if the settings are right. Let me know if I need to adjust it. Audio's great. Nice. All right, let me just adjust the thumbnail and that on this stream, and then we'll get to it. Apologize for the long wait. Everything needed to be set up. I had to go back through and turn on everything. It's been a long time. It's great, though, to be out. Very, very happy. How do we get there? View channel. Stream. Not sure how to edit that. I used to be able to change the thumbnail and the title. I was in midstream, but I don't remember how to do it. Obviously, I'm still demonetized, too, so... what I did is I put my little QR code right there in the center. We'll just use Cash App for Super Chats if that's something you wanted to do. Are you guys able to click on that QR code, even though it's that small? Oh, now I think I can adjust the stream right there. Oh, no, that's the old one. Man, I have no idea how to do this stuff anymore. This is wild. Anyway, let's just quit screwing around and kick it for a minute. All right, so what do you guys have questions about? It's been a long time. Like, now I'm still on house arrest, which, speaking of which, I had to plug in my ankle monitor. Carry on, Pip Strong. Wish you could pick up another day. Wish you would have picked another day to do this. Good luck with the stream. Thank you. You're healthy. Are you okay? Yes, I am okay. I do have to get constant streams for cancer because obviously I had it and they pulled out a 2-millimeter tumor out of my butt. So, but it does appear that I'm okay on that. I haven't missed you. Hey, CRS, looking good. Any bolt cutters? No, we're not cutting off the ankle bracelet. I mean, the fact of the matter is I'm going to win my appeal. There's no way I'm not, because if they make that a machine gun, then what's not? So I definitely don't want to screw around and do anything to jeopardize that. And if I cut it off, win my appeal or not, I would still go back to prison. You definitely do not want to tamper with ankle monitor devices. Did you... Yes, we got a bunch of gifts from Christmas. Thank you. Like, for real. Like, it blew my daughter's mind. And if it wouldn't have been for you guys' help, you know what would have happened? We would have rushed to Walmart real quick and spent a couple of bucks and got them nothing. But instead, they had a decent amount of gifts under the tree, plenty of stuff to open. Dude, I was just cheesing. Like, I kept going to my girl. I'm like, hey, babe, I'm actually home. This is unreal. Like, I can't believe I'm home. This is mind-blowing. Because you'd sit in prison during, like, Christmas and stuff. And you're like, oh. You just feel like you're never going to be home because it's frustrating. It really is. But then when it happens, boom, mind blow. Good to see you streaming again. Yes. I'm happy to be streaming again. I know block of metal. Is that a firearm? Well, that's the thing. If the auto key card's a firearm, then the block of the metal is definitely a firearm. I didn't get an answer. Are you guys able to click on that QR code or take a picture of it with the screen being this small? I know you can, like when I made my screen huge on the computer, I was able to do it with my phone, but I don't think you can do it from a phone screen. And honestly, this is going to be my workaround for Super Chats, and I don't know if that's working or not. Otherwise, I might have to use a totally different streaming service. QR code is not clickable. I wonder what I should do about that. So the thing behind me is the actual address. Can somebody type that out so I can pin it in the comments? Because I'm pretty sure I can pin comments, can't I? Push the timeout, block user default, show. Yeah, I can go like that. It's this is the address. Can you post that in the comments so I can just pin that on the screen? I don't know if you can see it. Currently, I like our stream. Just put a link in your links. I don't know how to do that. I haven't played with this in so long. Share. I think I might have something right here though. What do we got? Oh, see, that's the shareable link for the stream itself. Can I rewrite this? No, I can't. Hey man, haven't heard Phil Pop yet. What's up? Have you heard your Phil or Pop yet? Not sure what you're asking. All right, so we go bam. That's not what I wanted. Bam. H-O-P. E-R-F-A-M-I. Can you try this and see if I got this typed in correctly? Again, I'm still trying to figure this out. I promise you guys are my guinea pigs. Or I apologize, you guys are my guinea pigs, but I'm trying to figure out how to work around this. Hey, Matt, any comic guy and would have loved to make you some funny art? Yeah, definitely. Shoot me up on my email or Instagram is honestly the best way to get a hold of me. It's CRS_firearms. That's my Instagram, and shoot me a message and we'll talk about some art. You can pin the comment to the top. How do I pin the comment to the top? Maybe a star? Is it pinned to the top now with the star on there? And again, I apologize. You guys are my guinea pigs here, but I got to figure this stuff out. And the only way to do it is just to do it. Phone can't copy from chat. You need to put a link in the description. I'm having problems editing my stream while it's in process. I used to be able to. I would go right here. But for some reason, it's not working. So I can't edit my thumbnail or anything like that. I'm definitely going to have to hook up with somebody that's better at the streaming stuff to show me how to do all this. Anyways, do you guys got any questions? Because I don't think I'm going to be able to set anything else up more at this point. Unless, hold on, let me try one more thing. Maybe if I go to YouTube from the computer. My screen might disappear for a second. I'll be right back. All right, so we'll go like this. Switch accounts, CRS. Where is my content? No, that ain't it. Apologize again. Just hanging there a little bit longer and we're going to get back to the stream. I'm just trying to figure all this out. Upload maybe? And then content, shorts, lives. Okay, so I can edit it from here. Backspace, shift. Nope, that ain't it. $. And I did get a couple of Cash Apps. I'm going to bring those up in just a second. So yes, the Cash App is working. I appreciate it. And that'll basically be the substitute for Super Chats. 1520. Oh, that's too many letters. All right, we'll save that. All right, I'm back. So we got all that figured out. Yes, it is in the description, and then I got 2 super chats. Let me pull that up real quick. One's from Kurt Matthews. Test, thank you for the $20 super chat. Really do appreciate it. I would love to do an interview with you if you... Why can't I see it? I would love to do an interview with you if you would be down. Yes, I don't mind. I will go on a whole bunch of channels. Just, yeah, definitely. I'm down to do interviews. Just let me know when. Hit me up on Instagram. It's a CRS_firearms. Shoot me a private message, and we'll get an interview set up. Cash App. Thank you. Coloma. Yes, thank you. Welcome home. I appreciate it. It's been too long. Man, when you're sitting in county and you haven't done any of your time yet and you're facing the time, it feels like an impossible like ability to be able to do that. I watch people leave county, then get reincarcerated, leave county, and get reincarcerated. I'm like, when is my turn? Let me out of here. I'm not going to mess around. I'll show you guys how to do this properly. Come on, just give me a chance. Yeah, it was very, very frustrating. What was the first meal when you got home? So what was the first meal? Now, it depends. Are you talking about the first meal being out of prison? Because that was a fast food restaurant, not Chick-fil-A's, but some other chicken place. I wanted it to be Popeye's chicken because, man, they kept spamming the TVs in prison with Popeye's chicken commercials. I'm like, that looks amazing. I want to eat that right away. We went to the Popeye's chicken, and it was bad. I'm walking across the floor. My feet are like... Then we were sitting at the window for like 5 minutes in the bulletproof glass. And everybody's like just walking by us, not giving us customer service. I'm like, we need to go. So we went to some other chicken restaurant just down the street. So that was my first like out of incarceration meal. But now when I got home, what did we have? We had garlic bread. It was lasagna. Erica makes the bomb garlic bread. And so she had that. I wanted it to be Wagyu steak, twice baked potatoes, strawberry shortcake, and a Corona. But because I'm still technically in BOP custody, I can't drink right now. So I'm waiting on that meal because I want it to be absolutely perfect. So I'm going to have that when I win my appeal. But yes, that was the dream plate while I was incarcerated, was the Wagyu steak and everything. I don't know if you've ever had Wagyu steak, but if you haven't, you need to treat yourself to it, because once you have it, you can't go back to normal steak. Normal steak tastes closer to a hamburger than it does a Wagyu steak. A1 tries the fake. Oh, 1 second. Hello?
Hey, Hoover, how are you?
Pretty good.
Good. Hoover, this is Kim from Carson.
Yep.
You have mail here?
No. Sorry about that. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that was definitely like my dream plate while I was incarcerated. I'm like, I want a Wagyu steak. I want some twice baked potatoes, some strawberry cheesecake, and a Corona. But we haven't done that yet because I want to wait till the plate can be perfect. So I'm going to wait till I win my appeal, and then I can actually drink a beer because, again, it's not that I'm not on a no drink, but BOP custody rules. You can't drink while you're incarcerated. And home confinement is technically BOP you're still incarcerated. So I haven't had that yet. What's the line on your appeal? All right, so this is how the appeal is going right now. Normally, if you lose, especially in the 11th Circuit, they tell you within 30 to 90 days. Now, there's always exceptions to the rule, but that's the rule. We're past that. So now, usually the winning comes within like 9 to 15 months. So hopefully on the soon side, it'll be like February or March, I should totally win my appeal. Let's see what else we got here. How soon is your appeal? Because we're past verbal arguments. So now what we're just doing is we're waiting for the judges to decide if I'm going to win, and if they do, they have to figure out how I'm going to win. Because there's a couple of different ways you can win. You can win. You can get a mistrial, which then the government has the option to try you again. Then there's dismissed without prejudice, which means that they mess up the case somehow, but they have the option to bring the case back up if they would like. And then there's dismissed with prejudice. That's what we're hoping for. Dismissed with prejudice, because then I can immediately go into lawsuits. And that would be awesome. And just put this all behind me and get my life going again. How's the cancer, man? Cancer's good. So it was cut out of me. This happened before I actually got incarcerated. The whole thing why the cancer came back up again is you have to petition the prison to go home before you can file an 821. The 821 is because I was a first-time offender. I had a nonviolent crime. I qualified for 821. And 821 is a 2-point reduction. And if I would have got a 2-point reduction, it would have sent me home right away. But the only form you can use in prison is a terminal cancer relief form. I crossed it out that I didn't have terminal cancer, but that was the form I still used. So then when it went to the DOJ, obviously it hit the wire, and everybody's like, holy crap, CRS tried to get out of prison for terminal cancer, and that's where that all came from. I did have cancer. It did get cut out, but as far as we can tell, I'm good to go. I still have to get scanned. I think it's like every 6 months or so, just to make sure that it's not growing inside of me. Plus, I had a bunch of polyps on my lungs, so they have to scan those every 6 months and measure them and make sure they're not growing. Check the Cash App again. No super chats. All right, where are we? What do you think of the FRT triggers? That's a topic I'm just not going to touch. Man, they got into hot water with the Second Amendment community. They have a great product. They also got into hot water. I'm just not going to touch that one. Live long, Sierras. Thank you, man. Thank you. What else we got here? And again, the comments are going pretty fast. So when I'm looking at the screen, if you write something, I'm not ignoring you. I probably just didn't see it because I'm only reading them when I look at the screen. I can't read and talk at the same time, otherwise I just get distracted and then I choke up. All right. I'm so freaking happy you're home. Yeah, me too. It's been a long ride. Matt LaRossi or something. He's his lawyer. What was a prisoner in politics? He was a political prisoner. Blah, blah. All these comments go fast. How does one donate toward your... How does one... Oh, that went too fast. How does one donate toward your Wagyu meal? So I don't have super chats because I'm demonetized, but I put the little QR code for the Cash App there in the corner, and then the pinned comments, also the Cash App address. We're going to just use that as super chat. So if you wanted to send one, that would be how to do it. And then you can include a little message in there, and then I'll read the message on the camera. Sorry, the kids' gifts are running late, but I got stuff. No, I appreciate it. They got plenty of gifts. We're just going to have a second Christmas when all the gifts show up here in January, because my youngest's birthday is actually January 13th, and mine's January 12th. So on that birthday party is when we're probably going to open all the Christmas gifts that show up late. Thank you guys for sending those. Like, really, that, like, I was just cheesing the whole day. Like I was saying earlier, I kept going to my room like, hey, I'm out of prison. Hey, I'm out of prison. Isn't this great? Isn't this great? Like, it was just amazing. Best Christmas ever. Thank you. And a lot of that really because you guys were helping. I don't use Cash App. Is there any way to use PayPal perhaps? No, when they did that hit piece article on me, I lost PayPal permanently. And then we tried to use my girl's PayPal on this channel. So then she lost her PayPal permanently. And I got permanently demonetized. So YouTube and PayPal, as far as I know, I will never be able to go on them again. Now, when I win my appeal, I'm going to message them and be like, hey, what's going on? But let's be real. I'm still a little bit salty that they did that. They threw my family under the bus while I was incarcerated. That really upsets me. So I don't know, even if when I'm able to, I'm going to turn it back on. I got to think about that. But they're used across every platform. Like, let's pretend I want to set up a Rumble account. From what I understand, the only way I can get monetized is if I have a PayPal. So you need to really have PayPal to function through today's society. And neither of us have one now. Venmo, we do have a Venmo. I have no idea what it is. rightfully salty. Oh, there's DLD After Dark right now. Of course, YouTube isn't pushing your live stream on the home screen. Dirtbags. Hey, what's going on, Dirk? Let me know if you want to hop on here. I'll shoot you a link and we can have you on. You're good. Welcome back. Start an LLC and put your YouTube channel and PayPal on the LLC name. It actually was on an LLC name, but it didn't matter because they came off after the channel by name. Like, it didn't matter that I was in prison and I was already being punished for the crime. They came after the channel specifically by the name. Yes, it wasn't my channel at the time. I wasn't operating the channel. I wasn't functioning the channel, but it didn't matter. They still, it was ridiculous. So, yeah, she started her own channel. I was trying to get her to do the live with me, but things just kept going wrong and wrong and wrong. And I wanted to jump here on live because after I do my live here, I'm going to jump on other channels and let them do interviews and all that because I got to give some love back. Without them and without you guys supporting me, honestly, I don't think I could have done this. I could have done it. It would have been extremely hard. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to say. So I am going to be happy to go on everybody's lives and let them interview me or whatever because, yeah, you guys kept the story going. Like, thank you. Like, for real, thank you. All right, Jark, I'm going to shoot you the link right now in case you want to jump on. It's not what I want. Show me the money. Copy. Paste. All right, I'm pretty sure that's the link, but it came up kind of weird, so I don't know for sure if it is. Just let me know if it's not. I got my phone on silent, but I'll see if you call me. Holy cow. Happy New Year. Thank you. Happy New Year to you guys, too. And this is going to be a great year. I think this year, unless they really, really stall winning the appeal, we're going to win the appeal, and then we're just going to shift gears. And, yeah, I can't wait. There's a lot of good things coming. I can't wait. And, again, thank you for your guys' part. I could have done it without you. What do they do to you in there? It was pretty calm where I was at. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on, but relatively speaking, I can't go into too much detail because I'm still technically in BOP custody, and I don't want to like make waves or anything like that. But once I win my appeal, we'll go over the story piece for piece. Now, I can't go over the story in whole just because prison politics, they're something else. And if I actually discuss them properly, yeah, I would alienate a bunch of my audience. I'm not willing to do that. I got 2 Cash Apps. Let's see here. It's from AA Allen, for life. AA on YouTube. Welcome home. Thank you. Appreciate it. And then, do you guys want me to say your names? Ooh, I don't think I should. So I'll use initials because just in case you don't want your name said. This is from KH. If you want me to say your name, you can write that in the comments. Anyways, KH says Merry Christmas. From Stream Donation. Thank you. Appreciate it. And then, yeah, we're up to date on those. Say my first name. Kaylee? I'm sorry. I'm bad at reading when people are watching me. I clam up and get under pressure. But yeah, I'll just not say the name. I'll do initials this way you don't have to worry about like, me doxing you. Make up some. Yeah, that's funny. I really hope you. I lost it. Man, that was too fast. Man, I know you and your family are. I'm glad to hear from you. You are. Yeah, thank you. I got another Cash App, or we're gonna call it Super Chat from TB. Did they call you CRS in prison? So in prison, nobody really knew me, right? Because everybody that's in prison has been down for a really long time. It was extremely rare for someone like me to have as short of a sentence as I did. You can put username in the Cash App notes. Yeah, so if you want your name to be said on the thing, just put it in the Cash App notes. Anyways, back to prison. So in prison, because everybody had been down for 10 plus years, the average sentence is 7 years. So I was below average when it came to the sentence. 7 years ago, I didn't even really exist. Yeah, I had a small channel, but nobody would have known me. Now in county, people would come in like, oh, dude, I just seen your video. Sierras, what's going on? I had quite a bit of recognition in there. So in prison, I had all the wrong recognition. The only people that knew me is guards. And with prison politics, you don't talk to the guards unless you have to. I struggled with that because I'm just a nice person and I like to talk to people. But yeah, it's not a good sign at all to be talking to the guards. Like usually if you're talking with a guard, you want somebody that you know watching or overhearing the conversation. So if push comes to shove and people start throwing around accusations, he can be like, no, dude, I was right there. None of that happened. Let me just work on this Cash App thing for a second. I forgot that you could hurt the comments. So I was like, how do I make sure that I read them all? So now that I remember you can hurt the comments, I'll just hurt the ones and then I'll know. All right, where was I? Welcome home, Matt. Thank you. Yes, big online machine gun dealer in yeah, that's wild. Because really, the only case that they brought up in sentencing to try to compare ours was somebody that brought in like 200 AKs. That was the only thing close. 6,600 machine guns is what they charged us with. It's almost comically. It's funny. Like it really is. Are any status on your firearms rights? So right now with the firearms rights, basically what we're waiting for is the appeal. Should the appeal fail, then I'll apply for my firearms rights. Should that fail, then I'm going to go to Texas and sue for my firearms rights. This isn't a fight I'm going to give up on. But I'm going to win the appeal anyway, so it's pointless to talk about the other what ifs, but I always like to plan ahead. Wait, they charge you key card? They charge you with every key card sold? Yeah. And not just every key card sold, every design on the key card sold. So some of the key cards had 3 designs on it. Some had 1. They charge for each and every single one of those. Any thoughts on making a Rumble channel? So I did think about making a Rumble channel. I guess you got to have PayPal to monetize that properly. I'm permanently banned from PayPal, so it's not something I can do. I'll probably make the Rumble channel anyways just to give me more exposure. But I'm still trying to get my feet under me and get everything working properly again and back up and running. And then I'll start expanding out. Like my next goal, honestly, is work on the Shopify store. I need to expand that. Like I said in many videos, I want to get MREs on there. I want to get your basic tools on there, maybe some survival gear, stuff like that. Holy crap, $50 super cash. I keep saying super chat because I'm just so used to it. Go with Radic. Hey, he's super tip 10% free only. Is this a note? All right, Jim, thank you for the $50. I do appreciate it. Go for with. I'm not really sure because it's saying something about 10%. Oh, you're telling me where to go. Okay, yeah, I'll have to check them out. Now, can I run that? Because I guess there's certain tipping platforms I can actually run on here and monetize my own content. I guess Twitch streamers do that. So instead of like going through YouTube for their donations and taps and tips, it's a separate site. Is this the one you're talking about right here? From Double D and family. And thank you for the $25 Cash App, Double D and the family. I really do appreciate it. And don't forget, you guys can add a note if you want me to read something on the channel. All right, where were we at? Super tips. Yes, use them. Super tips. I got to write that down real quick. Check out super tips. All right, where was I? Super tips. I wonder if you're legally, if we're talking about hobbies and terms. Sierra's popped up in too fast. Let me slow that down a little bit. Sierra's popped up in the center of my feed and every video. Power Chat is another one. I'll have to check them out. If you guys have like suggestions, like it's a really good one to use, you could always just private message me on Instagram. It's CRS_firearms. That's where everybody talks to me. Like, that's basically where you talk to creators. Because see, it started off as Twitter. If you want to talk to like some content creator or something like that, you're talking to them on there. But then Twitter turned into like some sort of like bathroom stall where people just write hate on the wall. So basically, what would happen at Twitter is if you block somebody out of your comments because they were like doing ridiculous stuff, they just show up on Twitter and start spamming you there. So most creators got rid of Twitter, and then they went to Instagram. So that's where you private message creators. Well, now X came back, and X is actually really nice. Like, I'm playing around with it. I got an account set up. I don't really post on there yet, but I'm using their AI. They're helping me with a lot of thumbnails and stuff like that. And honestly, things will probably switch to X. Now, I like the concept of Instagram. I like you can see on my posts and you can go through them. Plus, I've had Instagram forever, so I probably won't delete Instagram. But I'm definitely going to be shifting more over to X to talk to people personally. The problem with X is if you wanted to message me, I believe you have to be a member. I don't know that for sure, but I do believe you have to be a member. Where Instagram, you could do it for free. So, like I said, I'm probably always going to keep Instagram going, but X is another great way to message me. Anyways, back to the whole point. Sorry, I went off on an ADHD rant one way up in the weeds. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So, anyway, when an ADHD rant went way off in the weeds, if you guys know other good tipping platforms, like, like this one is solid, this is what everybody's using because it's something I need to look into. I didn't find out about other platforms until literally I was prepping for this video. Private message me on Instagram. All right. Workout bottle. Amazing. Holy crap, $100 Cash App. From Jeffrey, for butthole for butthole reconstructive surgery. That's hilarious. So that's the thing about prison that kind of took me by surprise. There's a lot of going on, but there's so many people giving it away for free, you really don't have to worry about it. Maybe at the higher custody levels, like somebody will do that to do it as like a violent crime. But generally speaking, no, like you're good to go. You don't have to worry about anybody raping you. Dropping the soap is still a problem. Not for the reason you would think, though, because the showers are your only real privacy. They actually call them jack shacks. So if anything were to land on the ground, you don't want to pick it up because you'll probably get pregnant. So Dart's here. We're going to have him hop in for a second. I forgot how to add you.
You got to change the layout.
How do I do that?
At the bottom underneath your image. So look at the main picture where you are in the middle.
I nailed it.
Go to the next one over.
All right, what am I doing?
Mic check. All right, so go to the next one over.
That's way too loud. All right, keep talking.
Go to the next one over to the right of the one you selected. Yeah. What up? Dude, good to see you. Man, I feel like it's been years since we've been on the show together,
dude.
It
actually has been years.
I know.
Is that all on your wall back there?
Yeah.
Dude, you have a nice studio set up now.
Thanks, dude. It's I actually, man, a few years ago I had this guy that just was so committed to helping me and my channel, and it was like he was taken from me and put in federal prison for years. Dude, look, I love all the dudes that have been there supportive and helping, and a lot of the people in chat right now are viewers of mine that were formerly viewers of, well, still, and were in our viewers of your channel, but like,
we're not viewer scalping here.
I know, right? But I mean, the reality is that there's never been another creator that has helped me more than CRS. Like,
it,
hands down. Thank you.
But that
man.
also sucks at the same time. Like, what the fuck?
it was tough, man. I mean, obviously, no one has had to like live through that burden more than you and your family, right? But it sucked for the whole community, man. It sucked for everyone. It sucked for the industry. It sucked for content creation. It was a huge hit, and I don't think we've realized how much of a loss that was. But we'll,
Well, I'm back now, so let's get it going.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to bring the mood down.
No,
it's great to have you.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's
I'm
like
glad to have you on here.
it's almost unbelievable to like see you up there with your background, it's
Right?
and shout out to dude, Mrs. CRS was holding it down for as long as
Oh
she
yeah,
could
she
with the
was.
videos, with everything, with the shop. Like that was a
I
big
think you
deal.
froze out. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Are you there?
Yeah, you're freezing out a little bit. Is my
Okay,
internet crap or is it yours?
I actually just saw the same thing happen on your side. It may be on you.
All right, now I can hear you. What's up?
Dude, yeah, man, I'm just looking through the chat, dude. Drew, Jay Duffy, Z, Lightning McQueen, Too Many Choices, like all you guys are
Yeah,
people
live
on my and
stream, Sierra,
that Smith,
wrong
all
one.
you guys.
I don't know if it's my internet or yours, but one of us is tweaking out pretty bad.
Really?
Yeah,
Here, let me refresh. Give me 1 sec.
guys, can you see me or see him or not see both of us, or do you know which one of us has got the bad internet? Are you able to tell? PM 5x5. Good on the stream. I see you both. See you. Both look fine. I can see you. Sierra's homegrown. Wow, I got some comments coming through fast. Keep them coming. This is amazing. I haven't been on live so long. It's pretty awesome. Hey, Dark, I'm going to kill your screen down until you're ready to come back on. Anyway, just for those of you that's checking in, we're using Cash App currently as a form of super chat. So if you wanted to send one, the address is right there. Just put your comment in there, and then I'll read it off online. I'll be taking comments out of the comment section. Yes, Miss CRS, hold it down. Yeah, she's the exception. She really, really was. The rule is when you get out of prison, everyone you know is gone. Your house is gone. Your cars are gone. Your wife's pregnant with some other dude's kid. Your kids are calling some other dude daddy. Like that. It was pretty awesome to be able to come back to this stuff. That's the exception. And yeah, I watched it play out. You'd see so many people just break down on the phone, like their whole body would start racking, like, and you knew exactly what was going on. You're like, oh man, I don't even want to look at that. It just looks so horrible. And I shouldn't laugh about it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Are you back?
Yeah, I think this means I'm good.
I don't know what that means.
It's a internet speed test. I had to switch networks, but I'm good. I watched it on the viewer side. We should be good, but
Okay.
yeah, man. Yeah, awesome to have you back. I remember going through, like, we would be like we just used to tag team so well, and yeah, I miss that, man. It's good to have you back.
I know it's good to be back. I do enjoy being on YouTube and making videos for everyone, and
Yeah,
it's been a long ride, and I'm glad to be off the ride. That's
so
for sure.
do you, like what would you rather focus on for the chat, like plans moving forward, or like what you're going to focus on now with like the shop or the channel, or maybe even stories of like what happened while you were down?
All right, so that's exactly why I brought you on, because I wasn't really sure where the chat was going. You always have a way of bringing it into focus.
That's perfect.
I thought about making a prison channel while I was incarcerated. Like I kicked around that idea a lot. But the closer I got to the door, the more I realized I just didn't care.
Yeah.
And you can't talk about prison culture without alienating a bunch of your audience. I mean, like you can make shit up and just tell little stories and stuff like that. But like to actually like explore it, you would have a very, very, very limited audience. And that's not indicative
For
of
sure.
growing a good YouTube channel.
I agree, and there are certain people out there that have done it.
I think I lost you again.
Oh, really?
Oh, now I can hear you. But it just,
okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's I mean it's good on my end. I don't know. It could also be StreamYard. Every now and then they have issues.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Well, I immediately bought the paid service, so I jacked up the definition right away. So maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, bring it back to
like
32-bit. Oh, that's funny. Tex Bullington. Dark is a master of the live stream arts. Thank you. This actually, and I would never toot my own horn, but this is actually how CRS and I met. He called me after a live stream and he was like, dude, everything that you're doing is not right, but you have this thing with live streams. You can do it. You need to
That's
change
pretty
your
much what
background.
that's-
You need to
I'm like,
change your camera, change your background, change your angle, and it should be up here. It should be. You need to change this. You probably shouldn't talk about that stuff because people, shouldn't talk about explosives. But you need to change these things, dude. It was so funny, but like you were so right, and I still have a very small channel, but I've been going over
it
to
doesn't
Rumble
matter. It's a
more.
powerful channel.
Yeah. The people collectively are powerful. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been doing more on Rumble.
It was funny though, because that's exactly what I said. I'm like, you're doing everything wrong, but I can tell you got the talent. Like this is what you
Yeah,
need to change,
yeah.
and it'll work. I promise.
Yeah, 90% of what you're doing sucks, but you have this thing that no one else, very few people have, but I'm grateful for you, man. You've been awesome. But no, I agree. If you were to do like a prison channel, then obviously there is some curiosity with those that have not been incarcerated, but for the most part, your viewership is going to be a very small population. So yeah, man, I think you have like a special skill when it comes to identifying opportunity, and I think you're kind of going in the right vein of it would be a thing you could do, but it's not the best thing. It's like a kid, that got spanked and they said, you know what, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel about this time my dad spanked me. It's like, no, something bad happened, you got punished, it sucks, but let's focus on something else and move forward.
See, that's exactly the thoughts I was having too. Like I'm like, you know
Really?
what? If they have questions, they can ask me on live streams. That'll be strictly where we talk about prison and things that happen in
Yeah.
prison, and that's where I'll talk about it. It'll be in a conversation sense, and I'm not going to go political one way or the other, and ask away. But as far as like making dedicated videos, so like this is how you make a stinger or make white lightning, or this happened, or this is what the politics are like. I'm not going to do that.
Oh,
I just
dude, the
don't care.
politics in prison is nuts, and it does depend on where you're at. But like
It
for
does, it
people
does.
that, for people that don't know, it's interesting. So let me ask you this: what
Pause
would
for
be?
1 second, but then you can
Yeah.
ask me because I got another cash
Oh,
app.
nice.
It's from AT, the kids. Appreciate it. I really do appreciate all the cash apps, guys. Thank you. Obviously, they get priority because you paid to have me talk about your comment on here. And feel free to add a comment. All right, now what are you
Yeah.
saying? Let me
Heck
ask you
yeah.
this.
Yeah, no, before I ask, I do want to throw this out there, guys. For those of you out there that have been, through the whole before everything with the auto key card and auto key card 2 and all that stuff, for people that have been like just down to ride OG CRS viewers, I just want to say thank you for being here. And you'd be surprised, like we're talking about the collective power of viewers, the collective power of the community. If a person sends $20, that's still a great thing. It's still a big blessing for
It
you.
adds up.
But if like 20 people were to send $2, right? Like, so don't feel like you have to send anything significant. But if a bunch of you just sent a couple bucks, it would have a huge impact. Like you guys were able to have a Christmas because you had just gotten released before Christmas because people were helping contribute. And I know you can't rest. You got to work and you got to hustle. So I know you're already working on some stuff to, contribute to the community, but that will help you financially too. But for folks out there, if you could give a few bucks to CRS, that'd be awesome.
And it's not just the Christmas. What you guys, my lawyers,
oh, dude, yeah,
being down, commissary on my books. I have a duffel
everything.
bag full of fan mail I got. A duffel bag. That's
Dang.
just wild. You have no idea how much that helps when you've been locked in yourself for 25 days. You get to leave 3 times a week for about 5 minutes to take a shower. Like getting a letter and opening it and just because that's a mental struggle, hardcore.
I want to hear about the lockdowns, the gun in jail. I'm curious about some of the stuff that you couldn't talk about over the phone. But either way, we don't have to talk about that now. But
No,
so what
I got it because the first lockdown that was pretty intense. So I'm getting into fitness pretty hard, right? Like I'm getting jacked, right?
Dang, look at that. Dude, I've lost weight too. I've lost like 30 pounds, by the way.
Right on. So I'm like, all right, I want to get a little bit of sun today. It's nice out. You have 4 o'clock count. So it's like 2 o'clock or whatever. I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work out on the basketball court because we have this little rec pad. It's about a half of the size of a basketball court. And I'm like, I'm going to get some sun, get my push-ups in. So I do a 500 push-up routine, push them out in like 35 minutes. So I'm pouring sweat because I'm not really in shape yet. Like this, I'm just starting to be able to do hundreds of push-ups. Like that's like a milestone in itself. So I do a 500 push-up routine, come in, just pouring sweat, go into my cell. They never count for 4 o'clock. Like, what's going on here? 5 o'clock, no count. 6 o'clock, no count, and no supper. We usually eat at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So it's 4 o'clock count, usually up by like 4:45. We're usually going to the chow hall by 5.
Mhm.
So now it's 6 o'clock, no count, no chow hall. Like, what's going on here? 7 o'clock, all of a sudden they start walking down the unit with rifles, plate carriers. Like, yeah.
Dang.
I'm like, oh man, this ain't good.
Something's
And then
going
the
on.
kitchen workers come back like, oh man, we're hit. They said they're locking the doors because the doors didn't lock at this time. You could just open and shut them as you want because it's a law.
Hold on.
That's how
For the
laws
folks
are.
that are asking real quick, the Cash App is actually right underneath of CRS. If you look under in that comment he's got up on screen. So it is Cash App, and that is the Cash App thing. Sorry, go ahead.
Which I just got one, so I want to read that off the quick. It's from
Heyo.
DCT. And I'm only doing initials because I know that a lot of times when you set up your Cash App, it has your full name, and a lot of people just don't want their full name on the internet. So if you do, I apologize. If you want your name, just put it in the note, like, hey, say my name. Anyway, thank you for I'm sorry, I'm bad at reading, especially when people are watching me. I panic and then I have to cheese up. Anyways,
Everyone's judging me.
thank you, bro. Yeah, that's basically what's going on, man.
Yeah.
Reading
Yeah.
fast enough. I'm sorry,
Well,
guys. I just can't read that well.
The funny thing is they're actually, when you think about it, like they are actually here to watch you. It makes you feel a little bit less uncomfortable. So
That's
you
true.
know they get off on watching you sickos. I'm just kidding. Dude. And Drew in Oregon is out there, man. Huge help, man. So many of you guys showed up for CRS and his whole family. God bless Drew in Oregon and all you guys. And he's helped me too. And
Oh,
man,
for sure.
yeah, he's
Just
awesome.
a solid dude.
Kurt has, man, so many of you guys. I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, but okay.
No,
So
it's
they
fine.
show up, plate carriers.
Oh yeah, plate carriers. Then the kitchen workers come back and like, oh man, we're hit. They're locking the doors and everything. I'm like, why would they do that? This is a low. You don't lock the doors at the low. Man, I'll shit you not. 6 o'clock in the morning, they come through was it 4 people? I think 4 people rocking plate carriers and rifles. Get off your doors! Get to the back of your cells right now. And then they got tools. They're taking apart the top of the doors and they're engaging all the locks. They're like, ching, 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 ching.
Dang.
Locking all the doors. We didn't come up for showers for a week. So I got the strong workout sweat on a week before we come up with the shower. Finally get the shower, and there was something wrong with the hot water, or maybe they just did it to mess with us. I don't know. Hold on one second. $69 from Israel Pay. Pending. So I got a pending one for $69.69 from Steve. I'm not sure what it means by pending, but yeah. So thank you. I do appreciate it. Anyways,
Sometimes either you have to go approve it or they have to go approve it, or sometimes, like, if it's been a while since your Cash App has been active, sometimes Cash App is like, this may be fraud. But yeah, it should
I think he actually requested money from me because it says decline request or pay. But that's okay. Sometimes, you know what, you got to figure these things out.
yeah, we'll figure
Okay,
them out
so now
together.
it canceled. So yeah, he must have accidentally done it. Got another Cash App from Scott SB. Thank you. Foo whistling for the best. Thank you.
Nice, man. Hey, Tim
So-
Harper out there. I see you out there, bud. Lightning McQueen. Sorry.
So yeah, it's a week before we get our showers. So I'm
That's
in the
crazy, by the way. A week
Yeah.
to shower? That's nuts.
Well, and like I said, something went wrong with the hot water. So even when I took a bird bath, what you do for the bird bath is you stand on top of the toilet, you strip naked, you cover your window, you hang a blanket between the cells so your cellie can't see you. You stand on the toilet and you fill up your little cup of water and you dump it over your head. And you wash
Yeah.
with soap and then you dump with your head. And you're filling your cup with like this bubbler that's got cold to lukewarm water. So that really, really sucks. So I'm doing bird baths, getting all that done. Finally, 6 days later, we get a shower. Hold on, I got another Cash App. Let me address this before we go on.
I'm actually familiar with the bird bath.
This is from KM, Kurt24. Hit you up again. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
So-
man.
Then I'm telling my cellie, because my cellie's a habitual line crosser. Like, he's just one of those people. He's like the type of person that would come into your house with his shoes on just because he knows that you don't like it in your shoes on and he wants to see if he can get away with it.
Yeah.
So he's a habitual line. He's a great cellie, but he's still a habitual line crosser. I'm like, hey, stop flushing things down the toilet because this is for real. If our toilet screws up, I don't think they're gonna let us out of the cell. Like this, they're walking around with guns and shit. Like this is for real. They haven't let us up in a week. So he's flushing shit down the toilet all the time to just mess with me, right? Like he's just doing it. Anyway, so when they come through for the showers, they took all our food because we had bread stored up and stuff, so that
like commissary food or
no, they left the commissary alone. But like they were just feeding a sandwich bag. So you got a peanut butter sandwich in for lunch with a bologna sandwich, and then for dinner you got a peanut butter sandwich and a bologna sandwich. So anyway, we had stacked up the bread in that because we still had commissary. So we wanted to eat our commissary first. Hopefully that we get out of lockdown so we didn't have to eat this stuff. But if we did wind up having to eat it, we still had it stored. So they came take it. They took all our peanut butter. They took all of our bread and everything. So now we got a bunch of peanut butter packets that we were starting to build up, and showers were coming up again. So I'm scraping all the peanut butter out of the packets and I'm putting it in my jar because I know I want to keep the peanut butter. Because at that time it was still like Jif packets. They switched to something that tastes like sugary sand later, but this was still like a premium packet. So I have all these empty containers, and I opened one, and it went bad. So it stunk, and it was slamming in my cell. He's like, oh, that's nasty. And he swats it in the toilet, hits the flush button, and swats the whole bag down there and plugs the toilet up.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm like, oh, why would you do that?
Oh, my goodness. So did you have to like go like Plumber Bob in there? Did you have to go like reach in and get it out, or what? Like what happened?
We tried, but we couldn't because the toilet has a trap in it. So you got your toilet that comes down, it goes like this, and then right before it enters the main pipe, there's a threaded rod in there to catch anything. So if you try to flush your blanket down, it just plugs your toilet and it doesn't screw up the septic for the whole unit.
So that's when they say that they can detect, like if you flush like contraband down the toilet, they can isolate it to your cell and be like, that was you, right?
No, definitely not.
Oh no! Oh, okay.
But hold on, I got one more. I got one more Cash App, and then we'll talk about that in a second. $5 Cash App from CL. Glad you're home, brother. Thank you, man, and I appreciate the Cash App.
Oh, dude.
So yeah,
dude, do you know? Sorry, real quick. Only because you're using StreamYard right now. Do you know about all the new stuff that's in the back of StreamYard? You can click the applause button. Oh, dude, it's. So like every time someone sends a Cash App, you could click the applause button. It's got noises. You could do videos. You could do sound bites. You could do audio, video. Sorry, we'll run through it later. It's so funny because you taught me StreamYard, but sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you got to get me up to date. Your toilet, you got your toilet bowl, right? And then you got the snake that it goes through to stop gases from coming back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to go out behind the toilet, and then it's going to have an uphill climb, which is still lower than the S in the toilet. It's going to have an uphill climb, and then it enters the main pipe. Right before it enters that main pipe, they have a threaded rod in there. So it's like 2 foot worth of pipe you'd have to go through to get to that threaded rod. If they'd have given me a snake like I had asked for, I would have got it out. It wouldn't have been a problem. But I couldn't get it to back up with the plunger because it was one of those little plastic Jif peanut butter things. So the threaded rod's right here, and it's pushed up on it like this. So, yeah. Then I thought I had it fixed. He went to use the toilet. Then there was poo all over the cell floor. And it's, yeah.
Dude, how can they get away with that? How can they get away with keeping you in those conditions for that amount of time? And you were on lockdown again for more after the week, right?
Oh, yeah. Like that lockdown was 30 days long. It was 34 days when they finally let us up completely. But, so yeah, then there was like poo on the floor, which was disgusting. I sent the BP8 every time a lieutenant would go by, beat on there, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, hey, our toilets, we need to move cells or we need a snake. And like, we can't give you anything. Nothing except for bag lunches. I'm like, just give me a snake so I can fix this thing. And they wouldn't give us a snake. And so then we had to urinate in the sink where we get our drinking water from. And then we had to basically defecate in garbage bags because you couldn't end the toilet.
Yeah. Dude, that I want that to sit in for like, just take a second and allow that to sit in. My man was camping in a jail cell. Like that is terrible.
Well, it got
Dude,
really bad at like 20 some days. We're at a new cell now, but at 20 some days, we're out of commissary. So we're eating 4 sandwiches a day. Like that's rough. Like you're starving. I
and
lost just a ridiculous amount of weight. The guy I work out with, he went on the lockdown at 236 pounds. He came out at 180.
dude, jail and or prison sandwiches. When people think sandwiches, you guys might be thinking of the sandwiches you make at home. That's
Yeah,
not what
yeah,
these are.
no.
Okay, these are literally 2 pieces of white bread that are about as thin and fluffy as cotton, the zero substance, worse than Wonder Bread, and it's got like 1 piece of bologna on it, like it's something along those lines. It is not enough to sustain a man. Like that's terrible, terrible quality of life.
Well, and there's something wrong with the turkey, right? The whole unit got explosive diarrhea. Everybody's on the door. Don't eat the meat. You'll get sick. I was starving. I didn't have a choice. I ate it. And, oh, man. We ran out of toilet paper so fast. I was cutting up my khakis into little squares, making my clothes into toilet paper.
Oh my goodness. Dude, that's crazy. See, this is the stuff people do need to hear these stories, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. So by the end of the lockdown, I had like 1 pair of khakis left. All my commissary clothes was cut up, and I had Sully, because you fish, right? You'll take a weight and you'll spin line. Basically, you take like your sandwich bags and you tie them all together. You spin it and
Mhm.
pull, spin it and pull, and you make a line. It's actually like super strong. You could fish
Mhm.
to other cells. So I threw they call it
Yeah.
a car. I shot a car over to him, and then he tied a sheet to it, and I pulled the sheet back to my shell. We made that sheet into toilet paper.
Nice. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do, like for
Oh, hold
yeah,
on, I got another one that I missed.
yeah.
This is from DD. Sorry, it was at 7:32. I just noticed it. Welcome back with a thumbs up. Thank you, man. Thank you for the $5 cash app. I do appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, and someone had asked, pro se American cheeky fella. No, you're not blocked. I can see what you're saying. It's honestly, it's just hard to keep up with chat and the conversation and the cash apps and all that. So sorry.
It really is. Obviously, the cash apps get priority because they paid to get their message to me, but I'll try to
Yeah.
hit the chats as much as possible too. And Dark's usually got a pretty good eye for keeping it on there. His ADHD won't let him actually focus on me, so he's got to focus on multiple things. Always he'll have an aneurysm. It's just
I will. I actually, it's funny. I think my dominant eye has changed because when I'm watching chat, I used to be left eye dominant when I was shooting, right? And which
yeah,
is odd for a right-handed person.
it
But
is.
now I noticed that like my right eye is going to chat and my left eye is going to our video, or I'll have like when I do Rumble streams, shout out, follow DLD After Dark on YouTube and Rumble.
America.
I'm looking at a secondary device over here, and so I'm like like the dude from Men in Black where his eyes go like the 2 different ways. Like I'm always like kind of. So anyway, when I'm shooting rifle or pistol, I'm right eye dominant usually. I mean I can use both, but that's why I can't
See, my
wait
girls
until you can shoot again.
Go ahead.
Did I lose you for a second?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, Drew in Oregon says best live stream ever. We love you. We love you long time.
Oh, thank you,
No,
man.
I was just saying, I can't wait till you can shoot again.
I know. See, now my girl's backwards eye dominant too. And it took me forever to figure it out because, man, she just couldn't shoot. Like, wouldn't be able to. And then we were at the bar once and she's shooting pool. She's doing it left-handed. I'm like, why are you doing it like that? And that's when I'm like, hey, whoa, just stop for a second. Go like this with your hands and bring it back to your eye. Bam, right over her left eye. I'm like, that's what's wrong. So then I put a red dot on her rifle and she's good to go now.
Yeah.
Both eyes open.
Yeah, it's a game changer. It's it's definitely
for backwards eye dominant people.
Yeah. Oh, they said they did lose you for a second.
Okay.
I would guess because your quality was totally fine. I think it's StreamYard with having 2 people on it. Sometimes it does that, but it's all good. They will take you. You could be streaming from a prison cell from a Game Boy, and they would still tune in to watch you, bro. they miss you. They want to see you.
I noticed somebody posted only tactical fans too. I appreciate that is the primary source of income right now. Definitely where you want to shop. And like I said, the store's still in its infancy, but I am going to grow it. This little bastard right here is going to help me figure out how to get other stuff on there other than just merch branded clothing. So
I will indeed. Yeah. And that's how I started, my other store, DLD Hardware, was from us talking about stuff, learning stuff. I did a merch shop, and then I did, DLD Hardware and Definition Knives, and it's
hey,
expanding.
can
And
I
now
pin comment and still keep my comment on the screen?
it wouldn't show up on you'd have to go back to, so if you click to heart the
Okay.
comment, then it'll keep it in the uh whatever they call it, starred comments on the back end for you, so you can click to go back to it. um so you
Okay.
see how the blue one is only tactical fans. So if you went back and starred the $ Hoover family one, then you could click on the top tab to starred comments, and then put toggle between both of them being up
Oh,
there.
I see. I see. So,
You
all
see it
right.
right
So
there.
that's my merch store, and
Yeah.
this is currently what we're using for super chats.
Dang, look at you, CRS.
Right. Right. Figured it out.
Figured it
Speaking of which,
out, yeah.
I got another Cash App, which I appreciate.
Nice.
This is from RV. SR9C review from 9 years ago was your first video I saw. Damn, you've been following me for 9 years, and it's wild thinking back about all that stuff. Like, makes me feel old too. But yeah,
Dude, that's
because
crazy.
my girl just got a notification that my channel's been going for 12 years. I'm like,
Okay,
wow.
that's crazy, dude. Because I guess, when did we meet? We met like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe
Yeah, I was
5
on
years
the
ago.
fast track to being at 1 million subs in under 5 years at that point.
Yeah. And this is what I wanted to bring up. So when Mrs. CRS, you guys got pulled from PayPal, do you know why you were pulled from PayPal?
Sure do. I read the article and everything.
Okay, you know who wrote that article?
No.
The same dirtbag that was involved with other articles that ended up in, so the original letter to Congress about 80% firearms that we found out was sent to YouTube, signed by Congress, but it was actually also authored by YouTube, and YouTube sent it to Congress and then said, look at this letter that we received. But later on we found out, look at this letter that we wrote and then had signed and sent back to us. They're total liars. Well, that was this guy David Ingram, right? David Ingram is this totally gun grabber funded journalist, and he's against everything that we believe in. He hates freedom, liberty, and independence, and in my opinion. And in that article, he mentioned you, he mentioned Larry Vickers, and he mentioned several other people, and their pages, channels, companies, all of them were attacked. YouTube attacked him, PayPal attacked him, Shopify attacked him. Well, guess who else was impacted by that same person, David Ingram?
You?
DLD Hardware. They took
Yeah,
my
heard
store
about that.
offline, dude. I am still recovering from what that dirtbag did to me. And Shopify, how I envision it is, they basically are like, oh, YouTube or PayPal, hi, this is so and so with extremist leftist dirtbag news, and I'm sorry, MSNBC. And we're going to write this article saying that PayPal or YouTube supports the illegal dissemination of machine guns, or you could deplatform them, and then we'll remove you from the article. And I could see them having the same
I
conversation.
guarantee it's exactly how it went. That's
So
actually
they
that's how I guessed it went too, and when I talked about it in my videos.
Yep. And they screwed you, they screwed me, they screwed Larry Vickers, they screwed all these people. Like, y'all don't know what actually happened. You just know about charges and convictions. And the fact that they can do that and just totally financially destroy a person or a family is crazy, dude. Absolute insanity.
What's more crazy is on one of my videos, and I do videos pretty much daily, I'll get more views than that article will get in its entire lifetime. How are they going to side with somebody that gets some shitty? I'm guessing best case scenario, that article got 1 million views. Best case.
Yeah.
I'm going to push past that in like a week.
It's other backdoor deals. It's not just the one article, right? It's like Brady, Giffords, Everytown for Gun Safety, they will contribute to you X amount of dollars for X amount of years, or, they'll do this, or they'll give you corporate introductions to these people that will net you additional money. There's so many other backdoor deals that they do. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I know. It was frustrating. Like, dude, that broke me because guess when that happened? I was on a lockdown. So I come up from a lockdown and my girl's like, we're demonetized. I'm like, what?
Completely demonetized and completely removed from PayPal, and another PayPal account totally disassociated with a different phone number was also shut down. And it's like, how? And then the terms of service say that that you guys were selling firearm items, and it was like beanies, like hats, keychains, patches, like the most like innocent things you could think of. And the fact that they, it's a big club and you ain't in it. The fact that they did that is crazy. But Shopify, a different company, also still owned by the same dirtbags, sent kind of the same thing. And they basically said, you've been selling machine guns, machine gun conversion devices, ghost guns, ghost gun parts. I'm like, what? You're accusing me of selling felonies? Like, that's crazy. Anyway, sorry.
Well, after they went after mine for the machine guns, then they got rid of my girl saying she was selling copyrighted material.
Yes, that's what it was. That's
what?
right.
Copyrighted material. I made all those designs myself.
Like, yeah. They were just trying to do anything they could. I do have one question though, because this is something that I just kind of generally am curious about. When you're when you're locked down, I went to jail, never prison, changed my life. Everything, is good now. So for everyone out there, I'm not a criminal. But when you're in there, what do you find to be the typical political leanings of inmates?
Explain.
So,
well, actually, hold that thought. I got another.
Yeah. Go ahead. And thank you guys for the cash apps. And if you can't send a cash app, just real quick, CRS, if you can't send a cash app, it's okay. If you take a second, like the video, send it to your mom, your friends, whatever. Just like, share, all that stuff. It's free.
Glad to see you home. $20 cash app from a 717 lowercase R3 Rider on YouTube.
Yeah, 717 Rider. That's my guy. Him, Kurt, Drewski, all those guys. Yeah. All
right. So now explain about the politics, what you're asking or digging for.
So I guess what I'm looking for is, personally, I don't like the whole right and left thing, because it's way more, there's way more to it than that. Personally, I think we need to come up with our own political party called Christian Constitutionalist. But aside from that, what I typically see is people that either lean to the right or lean to the left. And I'm curious, for the people that are incarcerated,
that's an excellent question.
What are their typical political leanings?
So, believe it or not, huh?
I have a guess.
Oh, yeah, it's probably right, because believe it or not, this is pretty much how it breaks down. There's a small niche amount of people that lean to the left, like very, very small.
Okay.
Because look at the values of somebody that's right leaning and in prison. So they're typically against homosexuals. They typically make their own money selling drugs or something like that. They're typically financially independent. They typically don't get into government housing. All of those are right values. Now, the leftists, the SOs or sex offenders or chomos, whatever you want to call it, almost exclusively lean left. There's a couple of small ones that lean right, but they're pretty much exclusively lean left because that's the leftist policies. Homosexuals, I can't go too into detail because I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube.
But hold on, you're saying that the people that were in there that were, we'll call them, yes, Christ is King, the people that were of the homosexual persuasion, and people that were, we'll call them PDF files, those were like all leftists.
I met one right guy, and so I'm not going to go too much into detail about his case, but he actually helped me write a bunch of stuff because he was going to be a doctor, and he made a stupid choice. He looked at the wrong file on the internet, and he got wrapped up in it. He hates himself for it. He thinks he's a piece of shit. He completely screwed up his life, like complete like apologetic for it, which is unusual because usually they're not. They're
Yeah.
usually like, oh, it's not a crime, it's just a picture or something like that. But he's the exception. He leaned right into cars, guns, stuff like that. That's the exception, though. Everyone else pretty much left leaning, like
That's interesting.
exclusively.
It's almost like it's a type of mental illness. That's crazy. Sorry.
Well, it could be.
I genuinely think it is. Yeah.
See, now when we first got to the new unit, again, I'm not going to go about names and that, but the guy who ultimately ran the black car, because they wanted to watch CNN in the morning. And they're like, oh, you know, we don't like Trump and that. And he had a come to Jesus moment where he's like, what are your values? He's like, that CNN, they value the people sitting on the bleachers, which are the PDF files.
Yeah.
And he's like, so you're not for gay. You're not for government handouts. You're for doing your own stuff.
Independent, accountable.
Yes. That is not at all what you're seeing on that TV. And they just kind of like stood back because they're like, they've been told all their life, you know, we follow CNN because they support the people. And when he broke it down like that, like immediately that was like the last time you seen CNN. There was like 2 or 3 guys that would watch it really early in the morning, but then they flip it over to like Fox News.
Interesting. Yeah, I was just curious. I always felt like the people, so like jail is different than prison, right? For prison, you are gonna see like, well, I guess we don't need to get too much into this, but I was just curious of kind of what you saw because wondering what the demographic of folks would be like in there. And actually, this is super like truthful. Black Jesus says, LOL, we would have our families on the outside looking up people's cases that were on the inside. And we found out a dude was SAing his daughter. You could hear his cellie beating his butt every night.
Dude, listen to this story. So on that first 30-day lockdown, that's exactly what happened. So I was in H unit. It was an H3 or 4. I can't remember because the units are set up like an X. So I was in H1. It was the unit across from me. They still had red evidence tape over the cell. They left a guy in there getting beat by his cellie with a lock for 3 days.
Oof.
Eventually, the whole unit covered their windows and refused to uncover them unless they moved his cells because they were tired of hearing him cry. But they put an SO with somebody that was extremely political. So he had no choice. And I guess, boom, every day they'd hear, oh, God, help me. He's beat me down. And then he'd get knocked unconscious and he'd wake up later. They'd hear him cry and then he'd start thud, 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 thud. Dude, the guards left him in there for 3 days.
That's crazy. That. You know they saw your paperwork if they leave you in there like that. They're like, this dude deserves it. The lock in the sock. Yeah. And there's
so Kurt also asked about the car channel. I will be going back to there, and I spent most of my incarceration time reading technical books. I have a wealth of car knowledge that I'm just waiting to put down. But I need to get my feet back under me, get normalcy back into it, and then we'll start doing it because I'm going to build my daughter's car on the car channel too. I wanted to do a V8 S10 for her, but she doesn't like them. I got to figure out what she likes because I don't want to build her something she's not going to like. Yeah. And then go from there. But yes, car channel will be coming reactive, just not yet. Soon.
Was it common to hear about people gassing people or gassing COs?
What do you mean gassing?
A mixture of urine, feces, semen, blood.
No, this is a low. The longest you're going to be stretched out in a low is 20 years. If you're over 20 years, you go to a medium. So everybody's on top of the door. When you're at 10 years or less, you're considered a short timer in the feds. The average sentence is 7 years. Like you're going to be at 7 years or more if you go to the feds. That's just the way it is. So me being at my short time, that was extremely rare. Normally you go into the feds with 10 to 30 years and you work your way down. So you're not going to have any escapes. You're not going to have any serious violence with some exceptions. You're not going to have people going at the COs because now if you do that, well, now you're going to a medium. Now you're going to find the guys where it looks like they put on the little tanning glasses and tattooed the entire rest of their body. I'm serious. That's where the violence is going to be because now you have people that are mixed into that have life. You can be at a medium with life. Well, it's rare. You can be at a medium with life.
Wow. Based on behavior, I guess, and things like that.
Yeah, like if you get life on your first time offense, if there's no violence in your crime, you might go like there was this guy they called him Ant. I seen him 30 years after he got incarcerated because he was at a low now. He wound up getting because he had life and he went to medium for the crack law. But then when the crack law changed, he was at a low. Dude, man, working out is a marathon. This guy was just jacked. He looked like an ant. And anyways, yeah, he did most of his time at a medium because it was his very first offense, but he had enough crack that it gave him life.
Yeah, yeah. Yo, this is an excellent question. Preston Harris, thank you. How did you hear about Charlie Kirk? Like, walk us through when you found out or heard about what happened with Charlie Kirk. And I think we just totally froze. Are you still there? Hold up. Let me see what the people see. Give me 1 second. Okay, so everyone can only see me.
All right, so yeah, I'm back now.
There you go.
I think it was definitely refreshing. I don't know if we got booted for a second there or what, but
no, we were good. We're good.
That's actually why they pulled all the free weights net out of the feds, because working out is a marathon and you retire in the feds in 20 years. So there's no CO that's been working out longer than an inmate that's been there for 21 years. So the inmates will always be the biggest guy on the yard. So they cut back the calories and they cut back the free weights, trying to make us smaller, but it just don't work. So instead of being big and bulky, well, now you got the leanness of like an Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
Still scary. Now we're fast and mobile instead of slow and chunky. There's no winning. You can't win at that.
Yeah. Taking a moment of silence. So this is an excellent question.
Are we still going, or is it cut out because your voice just stopped again?
I'm still here. Are you here? Your face froze, but can you hear me?
Hold on, start over. All right, now I can. All right, what's up?
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's weird. It's doing like I think it's StreamYard. Hold on, sorry. Okay, yeah. So we're still here.
Man,
all right,
it must be my internet that's just sucking.
That's all right. No need to assign blame. Okay, so I think this is an excellent question. Preston, I think it was Preston Myers. I'm sorry, Preston Harris. How did you hear about Charlie Kirk? Take us back to when that happened, when you first learned about Charlie Kirk. And did I lose you again? Are you serious? It's strange. It's like the moment I say the name Charlie Kirk, you come down from the internet.
It must be my internet.
You come down. Yep. We're still live on my side. Well, while we wait for CRS to come back, make sure you follow DLD After Dark on YouTube and DLD After Dark on Rumble. There he is. He's back.
Oh, yeah. I think my internet's crashing, but there's a lot of users on in the household, so not
That's all right.
about it.
So, an excellent question from Preston Harris. How did you hear about Charlie Kirk? Take us back to the moment that you learned about Charlie Kirk and what happened to him and like what that looked like.
So we exclusively watched Fox News, like that's what was on the white TV from all night till about 9 o'clock in the morning, and it just came on the news. Like,
Z, brother, good to see you, man. Oh, when Trump got shot. Yeah, we lost him for a second again. Yeah, it's all good. It's worth the wait. Yeah, I'd be curious to see like what happened when Trump got shot too. Imagine going through that and experiencing that, like all that we did, but we were able to, go look at what's going on, do research, and jump onto our phones. Imagine being literally locked in a cement. Yeah, he's out. He'll be back. Imagine being locked in a 6x9 cement cell, not being able to do anything but wait for information. That's crazy, man. I couldn't imagine that. It's crazy thinking he was inside for all the craziness. I know Luigi too. Yeah, man. So many crazy things happen. Let's see. I'm just happy to have him back. Absolutely. Love you both, DLD and CRS. You guys are my brothers. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, Dennis Dottie. Good to see you, man. Keith Gregory, welcome. Appreciate you coming through.
Appreciate you holding it down. Yeah, my internet's being pretty bad right now.
Yeah, man, it's all good. It's worth the wait to have you here, brother.
All right, so now what were we saying about Charlie Kirk?
So we were asking kind of like how did you find out? What was like, what did you experience? It cut out as soon as you started answering, but real quick, then also people said, man, it's crazy to think about it, but CRS was locked up when Charlie Kirk got shot, when Trump got shot, Louis Mangione, like all these crazy things happened.
The Israel stuff.
The Israel stuff. Oh yeah, the October 7th. Dang, yo, there's so much that just
that was
imagine
panic time.
Yeah, because you thought like this may be SHTF, right?
Yeah.
Dang.
Erica's calling me like, babe, the world's breaking out into war. Like, what are we gonna do? I'm like, oh, don't worry, I'm going to a low. So worst case scenario, you can just come and get me. Yeah, no, they dropped me. I had a Supermax, so there was no coming to get me.
You remember The Walking Dead when they went into the prison, and I pictured that if civilization literally fell and dropped to like nothing, that we would like go team up and go get CRS out of prison, and you'd be in there with like like the guys in the anyway. Sorry, go ahead.
You would have to come with main tools and a dozer. Like that's the only way it would hapen.
I've heard good things about the dozers with some steel reinforced and welded onto them.
No, if it was something like that, they'd just abandon us. It wouldn't be like they'd be holding us. They'd just leave, and we'd all be sucking ourselves to starve to death.
Yes, but, you guys. Yeah.
It's a scary thought. I actually bought a whole bunch of toenail clippers so I could try to saw through my door if that happened.
Actually, toenail clippers are like remarkably sharp and strong.
That's how they make shanks in a lot of the higher securities. They take toenail clippers and they saw through their bunks and stuff and make it into shanks. Hold on, I got a $50 Cash App.
Dang, $50.
I know, right?
Yeah, and for anyone out there, make sure they say
RC. Welcome back, Matt. Thank you, man, and thank you for the $50. Like, I really do appreciate it. But yeah, so the fences and that, they all have concrete footings and shit. So like you can't tunnel under them. So like you would need a dozer and you'd have to just plow through the fences. And then when you get to the main doors, you're gonna have to chop through them one at a time. It's not till you get actually on the unit where you can take apart the controls and then just manually unlock them.
Yeah, we would find a way for sure. Imagine like me, Rich, Crump, like all of us like trying to strategically find a way to get you out, but then also making a quick pit stop to dish out a little revenge to someone on the way.
Well, we're not going to talk about anything like that, but
well, no, I mean like farting in their Cheerios, something like that.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so yeah, that was terrifying because it wasn't because the Israel stuff happened while I was in transit. So I was told I was going to somewhere where the fence is a red line basically painted on the ground with like maybe a 6-foot high fence. There was 5 fences. Wait. So if I was at the rec yard, that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5 fences for me to get outside. And one of them was an electric kill fence. Like
what?
Yeah. Like burp, burp, burp. You see a little light flashing every time I shot the juice to the fence.
That's crazy, dude.
And the one
Tom Town, thank you for following me on Rumble. Appreciate you.
Yeah, and the warden there was very like big on, hey, the fences need to be up. They need to be locked in their cells. We need to have guards in the guard towers. So that if they would have abandoned us, I don't think I would have made it out of there. Unless requisitioned a dozer, and you wouldn't have even known what you would have to check. It would have just been an absolute mess.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad.
Let's say you got into one unit. That's one unit. There's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Yeah, H is the last one, and each one would have to be manually opened up to figure out who's in there. It would take you like a week to find me, and I'd die of dehydration before then.
Well, luckily, I'm kind of a scientist when it comes to certain chemicals, so I will get through that wall somehow.
Well, of course. Well, a dozer would be the easiest way to do it, and then but without knowing the makeup of the prison and that, you wouldn't know where to enter. So you come through the front gate, and then there's just a retarded amount of locked doors to get to me because it's a Supermax. People that are there go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
the people that are supposed to be there are supposed to be people that are so dangerous and so like ready to leave that you need just the max for all types of security. And yeah,
Yeah.
it's the way the place was set up.
Well, in prisons, even jails, even work release jails have that are like separate, have signs that say, "Hey, if you flee, you will be shot on sight." Like it is a fatal decision to try to run. You could, and it was always like a joke. I would go visit like some of my boys on like work release and stuff, and they are still, I guess state property, wards of the state, whatever you want to call it. And they would literally wake up, leave, go work a full-time job, and then come back. And they would make a joke like they would freely go and freely come back. That if they were to then turn around and run out of the door, that they could get murdered for it. They don't play. So imagine what a super freaking max is like. By the way, for the people out there listening that I know hate us and would do anything to take us down, what we're talking about breaking Matt out of prison was we're only joking about in a world without rule of law, not civilization as it is
If
right
they
now. We would
abandon
never
us.
break the law. Correct.
Like you
Ryan
went to the
Greeley-
prison and there's no one there. And they're like,
Yeah. Ryan Greeley
Yeah,
asks, do you have your gun rights? So we did touch on that. Technically, no, not right now. And it's something he's working on. He has plans.
yes, I should. Hopefully, I'm hoping I win my appeal by like February or March, and then we'll get back into it. But
Yeah.
until then, it's a strong no.
Yeah.
Definitely a hard stop. No more forward progress right now.
Yeah. No drinking. No, so and you could probably touch on this better, but to my knowledge, when you're in a program like you are, you sign an agreement of no drinking, no substances, no nothing, right?
Yeah, aside from the fact that I can work, I'm basically in BOP custody. Like I can't do anything that I couldn't do in prison.
Yeah. Was there
Well,
a lot of
that needs good food, but
yeah, that's true. The food is a game changer.
yeah, it is.
Was there a lot of like narcotics and street type stuff in the prisons?
Oddly, no, because this is a supermax. Now there is all right. So you have levels, right? So
Yeah.
there is always going to be a baseline. The baseline is going to come in from people coming from other compounds, from what they can get in through visitation, stuff like that. Like we don't even get our mail. Our mail is photocopied. You get a picture of it. But that's how
Wow.
they used to bring drugs in. Is you'd have a picture and then you'd spray what they call deuce on it or K2,
Mhm,
and
yeah.
then they call it pieces. It was for a little like would you take a paper punch? That little circle would be like $5.
Yeah.
And so then they'd sell that. And so like a sheet's worth like what, $5,000 or something like that. But anyways, you have your baseline. And then on top of that, that's where like guards would be bringing it in or inmates or something like that. We were at strictly baseline. So there's always like a small level, but it was only the stuff that was coming in from other compounds or through visitation. But you can't do anything about that stuff. There's just, you can't. It's just not possible. Because the prison's like right in the prison's like in the dead center of the middle of a field. So like you couldn't even fly drones because you'd see them coming like a half mile away. It's just not possible.
Yeah. There's Minecraft. There's I read this thing about people so Suboxone is for people that like had gotten clean but like suffered from like opiate abuse and stuff like that, struggled with substance abuse, opiate abuse, and you take Suboxone like Subutex, Suboxone, Subzol, there's a bunch of them, and it's a very, very strong, like if you were not on drugs and you just took it as an average person, it would get you like totally lit. And they would come in like small little I mean like about the size of like an inch by a half an inch is like a little thin piece of like paper basically, and they would like melt it down and put it into the paper or make some type of solution and spray it on paper, and then people would put the paper under their tongue, and that was like this huge thing. But now I'm hearing that if you get arrested and you go to jail and go to prison and whatever, that like they're allowing people to take this medication now in jail and in prison, which is crazy. Were people allowed to like take their meds in there?
All right, so it goes a little something like this. If you get incarcerated, you're going to dry out. There's no getting around it. There ain't nothing the guard's going to do to help you out. You're going to detox. You're going to do the full gamut. And if the meth
Mhm.
users, they'd come in, they'd be passed out for like 4 days, and they'd wake up, they'd eat everything, and they'd steal everything that's not bolted down. They'd sell that and eat some more stuff. The opiate
Mhm.
users would just lay in their beds and shake for like a week until they dried out. Now, once you get to prison, you can join the MAP program because obviously, as you know, forced sobriety is not sobriety. The second you can use something, you will. So they set
Yeah.
up a MAP program. You can join that and then actually get on a Suboxone program. So it'd be piss
Really?
test. The problem is they do the program wrong. Like so they'll set you at a high dose and then they'll start immediately weaning you off and quickly. So you're good, and then all of a sudden you're not again. So now you're a junkie. Now you're also hooked on Suboxone. Where what they're supposed to do is bring you up to a level like on the street and maintain you there until you're ready to come down, and then you start weaning down that way.
Yeah.
Now, as far as like the street drugs coming in for Suboxone, a lot of it. So like in state prisons down south, like if you have dreadlocks and stuff, you can't be in general population unless you shave your head.
Wow.
Same with beards. And now that I understand why, because at visitation, the people with really long dreads, they get a handout from the girl and they shove it into their dread.
Oh
And so
yeah.
then they carry the drugs back into their unit inside of their dreadlock because
Dang.
it's just not something a guard searches.
That's crazy.
It
Yeah,
is.
I totally agree. Rider VY8 and B Suboxone withdrawal is worse than dope. I've been on subs for just over 15 years, and I'm just staying on it. At the time that I got on them originally, which is before me actually getting clean, um, it was so new at that point that it was like, yeah, do this instead of dope, and yeah, it's crazy. I've been off of it for 90 days, and during that
You're clean
entire
right now off of
period,
Suboxone?
no, I'm
Oh,
currently still on subs, but I had been off of it. The longest I had been off of it was 90 days, and I was still in full blown withdrawals at the 90-day point. So it's yeah, your screen froze. Your audio is still coming through, but your picture froze.
mine right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to call the phone company tomorrow and get better internet because I can't function. I do internet work, so I need better internet. This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
But
it sucks.
so yeah, I originally when I started getting off opiates, I went to Suboxone first. I did the methadone program in the end, but that's Suboxone helped bring my tolerance down because I went from 240 milligrams of oxy a day down to like 70 or 80 by using Suboxone to bridge that gap.
Dude, I forgot. Yeah, you were on subs too. That's crazy. Yeah.
I took them on the street though. The person was selling their Suboxone to get Oxycontin.
Yeah. That's I mean the program is so flawed, and like so when I got on it, it was so new that like I wish they had said, here, be sick for a few days, right? Not this don't use for 24 hours to prevent precipitated withdrawals. Like don't be sick for a couple days or a few days, and then there you go, you're back. And take it, be okay, and then kind of taper down quickly, like within a few weeks to a month, and then taper down to where you don't need it. The only thing where it is a blessing is that I was able to build a life of value, start a family. Like it gave me an immense amount of value that I would never go back to using, because I would abandon everything that I love in my life that I've built, right? Like the family, my daughter, and all that stuff. Plus a remarkable firearm collection. But
Yeah.
anyway, and this is only a small fraction of it. All right.
But yeah, so same thing here. Like I already discovered in my head that if I ever went back to using again, I'd have to ride it to the grave. There's no other way I could do it. And so while I was in transit and they had 30s there, that was tempting. There was a minute there where I actually thought about it. It was only a minute, but still, like the fact that I was tempted kind of blew my mind because I haven't been tempted to use in years.
Dude, it's something that doesn't go away. I mean, I've been clean for over 15 years and I'm still in love with the needle. I mean, I haven't touched one, but I'm still in love with the method of administration. Just thinking of drawing that little bit of, all right, let me stop. But yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean it's something that stays with you forever. You permanently, physiologically, physically, neurologically change your brain forever when you use stuff like that. So, but good for you. And shout out, I didn't realize that that was 717 Rider, brother. Great to see you. And the crazy thing, some people may be in here and be like, why are we here talking about drugs? Why aren't we talking about prison and guns and such? Imagine this. I am willing to bet that almost every single person in chat right now, out of whatever, how many couple hundred or whatever people are in here right now, I can't see, so I don't know. But out of all the people in here, I'm willing to bet that nearly every single person either A, struggled with substance abuse, opiate abuse, we'll say themselves, knows a family member or has a family member or a loved one that struggled with substance abuse themselves, has a friend that they care about that struggled with substance abuse, or has buried a friend, family member, loved one, like someone they know or care about. You cannot escape this. Like, you're going to fall within to one of those four categories if you're here. So if you do fall into one of those four categories and are ignoring these kinds of conversations, it just respectfully, it's important to understand the perspective of the addict in recovery, the person that's seen the other side. You know what I mean? It's important. So with respect to everyone out there, I love life, right? I'll always take a hard stance for life. And I agree to someone, I forgot who said it in the comments, but that Suboxone saved their life, and I totally agree. And the fact that there's organizations that imprison people and keep those life-saving things from them but don't address their narcotic issue is massively dangerous.
Right on,
Yeah,
right on.
too many choices. Totally agree.
But yeah, so that was a big thing. I forgot what I was gonna say.
What's the craziest thing you've seen
in prison?
Yeah.
I don't define crazy.
Something that is so bizarre you never would have imagined that.
All right. So there was this guy. I'm gonna say his name because of his nickname. It's not his real name. They called him Pencil Pluma, which I guess in Spanish means like super skinny or featherweight.
Yeah.
And he was just this tiny kid. Well, I first get there and he's just screaming at night, like just yelling out stuff in Spanish. And like, is this guy like mentally stable or something? Like, what's going on? Well, I get a Sully. I'm not going to say his name, but I forget what gang he was a part of. Anyway, it's one of the Spanish gangs. He was cool, though. He wound up being a deuce head, but he got 20 years, and that's just how he chose to pass his time, was getting high. And he was like, what is that guy saying? Oh, man, do I wish it would have never been translated. So it was stuff like, daddy, harder, bang me.
Oh, that's the one thing.
That's not what he's saying. So I verified it with another Spanish guy. That's exactly what he was saying.
Dude,
and they would pass him around the unit like a cigarette. Dude, he'd switch cells like every 2 months.
Oh, dude, that's terrible. Was that common, like that type of activity?
Yeah, without a doubt. Because you got to think, I think it's something like 5 or 10% of America's gay. So if you're in a unit of 100 people, 5 of them are gay. And then in prison, there's a bunch of people that are
everyone's
gay for
gay.
Stay.
Everyone's gay in prison. I'm kidding.
Well, I'm not. But yeah, they like put Kool-Aid on their lips and stuff, so it looked like they're wearing lipstick.
Oh,
it was wild.
Yo, that's so.
But yeah, so then there's a bunch of closet gays. Like, so the rule is 10 years it's accepted, 20 years it's expected. And generally speaking, anybody that was over 10 years, unless like there was some obviously exceptions, but yeah, the long timers, pretty much they'd be like, ooh, look at that guy right there.
Oh, dude. Like, dude. I can't look. All right, so I got separated from my wife, right? And I committed my life to Christ. And for 3 years and 4 months, I have not had sex. that in itself feels like a prison sentence, like just that. And I could go have sex with whoever I want if I chose to. Well, consenting sex with someone that consented, you know.
I mean, I got chloroform too if it comes down to it. But,
Yeah, right. It's actually easy to
people
make.
frown on that.
Yeah. I heard it's just bleach and ammonia. I'm just kidding. Sorry, let me stop. Usually if bottles say don't mix these two things together, it's a bit of a cue. It makes something
that good things are gonna happen if you do.
yeah.
Good
I don't know
vibes,
what
buddy,
happened.
good vibes.
I went to clean my shower and I sprayed some bleach and some ammonia and I woke up 3 days later. I don't know. Yeah. Sorry.
I guess people die from doing that on accident too.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
Oh man, so twisted. It's so fun
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
Man, I miss
man.
being on streams.
I
What else
know.
you
It's
got for a question?
crazy.
Now, see, we
Uh,
actually like prison. Or there's different levels, right?
mhm.
You got prison in like third world countries, all the way to like prison in some countries where it's basically like staying at a hotel. American prisons are actually pretty nice. Like in Mexico, if you don't have money, like your family isn't bringing in about $1,500 a month to the guards, you're going to be in a 4-man cell with 30 people. You're
Yeah.
going to take your belt and you're going to tie yourself to the bars so you can fucking sleep leaning forward because there's no space on the floor. There's no space in the bunks. People have hammocks run everywhere. Now, if you got money, obviously you're going to get a double man cell all by yourself. They're going to bring in hookers. Your wife can come and visit, food, stuff like that.
I
But
heard
I
that.
talked to people that were in those prisons and were broke. They're like, dude, we got basically like water. And every once in a while, there'd be like a little grain of rice inside the water you're getting. And it kind of tasted like beef. And you're in 30 people deep in a 4-man cell, taking turns who gets to be on the floor because you're like tied to the bars so you don't fall over when you get so tired. So
That's
I'm
crazy.
glad I wasn't in one of those. It could have been much worse.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I personally think what happened with you is like an absolute abomination. I think it was illegal, immoral, wrong, and I don't think you ever should have been incarcerated in the first place. But all things said, I'm glad that you got through it. I'm glad you got through to the other side, and you have a huge community of people that care about you and your family that help support you and your family during that time. And it's man, it's incredible.
I can't believe Paul Harold passed too while I was gone. That's wild. I was wanting to meet
Dude,
that guy.
that's crazy, man. I didn't think about that. That's that happened when you were incarcerated too. What other notable things happened while you were locked up?
I don't know. I'd like to like write them all down, but yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. Like just wild.
Yeah.
The channel froze. I stayed at 85,000 the whole entire time I was incarcerated, so that was wild too.
Yeah. I think they froze it. I think
They could have.
Guns and Water, is that Mintos? Is that who is that? I've seen that image before. I can't recall. I hate how YouTube is changing. Instead of showing the username, it shows the @ name, and it's so confusing because I recognize the pictures sometimes. And Garantham got divorced. Yo, oh,
Did you
did you
really?
hear about? You didn't hear about any of that stuff?
No.
Oh, dude, one day we'll do I'll give you a rundown after hours because it's some not very family friendly stuff, which I guess we've already crossed the boundary of family friendly on this episode, or chat, but either way, did
Is that why Grantham got all ripped? I came out and dude's jacked.
oh no,
I'm like,
so he
wow.
already was on TRT. He was doing testosterone replacement therapy. IV88 was doing TRT as well. And they all, a lot of those guys, gotten jacked. And it's funny, it's like, oh, you turned 40 and became massively strong. Like usually this is a little different, but yeah, Trump was shot. We talked about that. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's crazy.
It's hard to work out because I'm past 40 and like I can see I'm not growing like I should be. So I'll probably wind up doing testosterone too.
Yeah, I mean, the important thing is to actually check well, I have zero doctoral experience, so don't listen to me. Don't take advice from me. And shout out to CRS. If you take advice from me, you're stealing. But
yeah, right.
I would, if it were me, I would be sure to get testing done to see what your
Oh, for sure.
testosterone levels are
For sure.
before doing anything. But
Dude, Grantham does the neck workouts too. I tried to do it. Ugh, it was just too weird. It looked like I was practicing to give head because you like put a weight. No, you got to do your neck because people see your forearms, your calves, and your neck. So those are the 3 muscles you do if you want to look big. And Grantham's necks are all showing veins and stuff, so he's doing his neck workouts. But yeah, now that I'm at home, I might do them, but especially in a prison setting, it was just something I didn't want to do. Yeah, basically, like you like lay on your bunk and you put a weight, like a 12-pack or something on your head, and then you just go like this and just work your head, and you do the sides, and it just looks super weird. And I'm like, I'm not
doing
those
it.
workouts like at home.
I'm not.
But now that I'm home, I'll buy myself one of those head braces where I can hang like a plate from it and do my neck workouts. Forearms, man, I'm struggling at building my forearms and calves too. Those are hard.
Dude, I even though I'm not like the beacon of health and like your building physique, I do know how to get your forearms like crazy strong. So we can talk about that offline. I actually so I'm like 17 days away from turning 39. And I never want to tell people my actual birthday just because on the internet people are weird. If you don't trust me, go look at my comments. But the moment I woke up 2 days ago and I was like a week or so away, a week or two away from turning 39, I woke up and my left arm in my shoulder felt like it was literally like detached. The muscles and the ligaments just like were like tissue paper, and I couldn't do anything. And I was like, oh, I must have slept on it wrong, right? Dude, it's been like 3 days. I could barely. Today's the first day where I can actually put like any kind of pressure on it. I had what do they call it? Tennis elbow, because I was drawing, shooting. I was, dude, I was down to an average of 0.66 draw to first shot on my Shooters Global timer. Yeah, I was crazy.
Your reaction's probably like 0.4 or 0.3. So
yeah, it was like around 0.2, 0.3. Yeah, it was.
I know when I do a shotgun, I time myself. The fastest I can get is 0.4, but I'm just basically pulling the trigger when I hear the beep.
Yeah,
coming out of a holster.
And Drew in Oregon was the one. You still young, homie. I know. It's all up here, right? I never thought of myself as old or aging, but Drew actually sent the Shooters Global timer, and he gave me the ability to measure. But that's with a couple of things. So it's with a combination of me, drawing and pushing out, and drawing and just from the hip, like cowboy shooting. I'm only counting alphas, right? But like I can get down to sub 0.5 with if I'm going from like retention, thumb pectoral index they call it. But dude, I've been like trying to master the handgun, because if I did, God forbid, get into a situation, it's going to be likely that I'm not going to run to my trunk and grab a long gun. I'm going to be stuck with whatever's on my person. So I'm like, I am going to become as dangerous as I possibly can be. I'm going to be faster, more accurate, and better than whatever person I may be having to go up against. And Drew gave me the ability to measure that. So thank you, Drew.
That's awesome. Yeah. I didn't make money from like 2007 to 2015. So all I could really do was reload handgun ammo, and I shot handguns so much. I just don't really have a drive to do handgun anymore. I like rifles and shotguns. It's funner. Yeah, they're a lot more expensive to shoot, but it's funner.
Yeah, I am going back to. I'm noticing that I put so much focus on the handgun that I've neglected rifle a bit. So I'm going back to long guns. 39 is definitely old. Rule out enrollment in any branch of service. I promise you, I will not be enrolling in any branch of service, and most definitely not in law enforcement. Not only do I want them, they don't want me. Promise you. Sorry, you cut out for a second.
But yeah, good times. Back to working out though. Yeah, I couldn't do the neck workouts inside, but I'll start doing that so I can build my neck up.
Yeah. Dude, you look great. You look awesome, man.
Thank you. I'm carrying a little bit of belly weight right now because you have to in prison. You have no choice but to eat everything you can to try to put on any kind of size. Now that I'm out, I'm starting to transition into eating cleaner. This way I can have the size without the belly. Because yeah, you either get the belly and the size in prison, or you don't get either. So what do you want?
Dark is already a Fed. He doesn't need to enroll.
Yeah, yeah,
That's funny.
yeah, right.
Yeah, we're all Feds on the internet, bro. Yeah, no, that's hilarious. Yeah, so we're and this is a question that I was planning on asking offline, but I think it's funny enough to ask on a live stream.
Awesome.
What were people EDCing in prison? Did people like have EDC shanks made out of like plastic and like butthole shanks or anything like that? Like,
So
or was
there
it just not
was
that kind of vibe there?
like one person I knew. I seen him making a shank out on the rec yard, and it
Mhm.
was out of plastic. But other than that, it's everyone's going home. You get caught with a shank, that's a 100 series shot. You're basically on the fast track to a medium, and at a medium, depending on what medium you go to, now it's mandatory. You have to carry one. Like
Yeah.
you have to have your homie outside the shower with a shank, waiting just in case somebody tries to run up on you in the shower. And you got to have your boots tied you can't let the light touch your bed before you're out of bed. At a low, you don't have those types of problems. You can just kind of be on your own time. Now they were trying to like rope me in and put me on white time, but I was like, dude, I'm going home. I ain't getting into all that politics. I'm not trying to trash people off the yard and go to the shoe and all that stuff.
So there wasn't people that were like paperwork check-in and like going crazy like
Oh, for sure, but
things.
we're at an SO yard. So
Yeah.
they have the majority of the yard. So let's pretend that you did check someone's paperwork and they had bad paperwork. Well, now they can't use the TV remote. That's about as far as that goes. And they have to sit in the other chow hall.
That's funny.
Well,
So-
the units were incredibly small because the place wasn't designed for people to be out of their cells. So it was just a V. So you had 100 people in a V that was probably smaller than this basement. So there was no like sectioned out areas. Like mediums that like they'll put tape on the ground, like the blacks can only walk through here, the Mexicans can only walk through here, whites can only go right here.
But that's how the politics are in prison for people that don't know. It is completely broken down by race, straight up.
And location.
Yeah. Did you have to
Yeah, race and location.
Did you have to click up with the whites, or is that only West Coast? That's definitely heavily West Coast politics in prison, but I don't know what it was like where CRS was.
So they tried to force me to click up, but the guy that was running the white car in the first unit was an absolute scumbag, and me and him immediately started butting heads. So, I'm not clicking up with you. Like, so there was a couple of times I'm like, he doesn't speak for me. If you have a problem with me, come talk to me myself. That's pretty much what happened at that point. And it sucked because I actually got into it with the Pisces twice, which is the largest prison gang on that yard.
Dang. I don't think people understood what you meant when you had said they were trying to get you on white time. Like when people are talking about like what time it is, they're talking about like who you're rolling with. And prison politics is usually and we're talking prison, right? Not jail. Prison politics, depending on where you're geographically located, is going to be different. But usually the woods only mess with the woods. So white people only mess with white people. And the browns only mess with the browns, and the blacks only mess with the blacks. And if you intermingle, and you will be seen as a traitor. But it depends on the vibe of the prison. It's going to be different. Every prison is different.
Oh, ain't no doubt. This one, like they were trying, like each unit was its own little world. H unit where I started at, they were trying to be political. F unit was political. Like you were going to be on white time. Otherwise, they were going to have a problem with you. H unit, because the leader of the whites was weak and he was scared, I guess you would call it. He had no real pull because even I bitched him out. Like it's just like when I say bitched him out, like we were in an opportunity where he should have crashed with me and he chose not to.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that fell apart in H unit.
So absolutely, freedom is the greatest gift of all. So what was it like after 3 years? Was it 3 years?
So coming up in April will be 3 years. Like my full incarceration with ankle bracelet and everything, I'll be over 3 years. The actual prison time was like 2 years and like 9 months or something like that.
So after dealing with all that time with, I know we're kind of glossing over like some of like the funny stuff and whatnot, but it is serious, man. It's life changing. It will totally change you, like internally. What was it like to come home and spend your first Christmas at home with your wife and kiddos and all that?
I kept going. I'm like, babe, I'm home right now. This is wild. And she's like, yeah, I can't even believe
Yeah.
this. I'm like, hey, babe, I'm home right now. This is wild. And I kept saying it. It was so cool.
You were
because
like
everybody-
dreaming of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it was so cool because everybody bought my family a bunch of Christmas presents. So there was stuff to open. And we had this big Christmas dinner. And just, it was amazing. Like, thank you guys. You guys made that all possible. It would not
Yeah.
have, it's not that it wouldn't have been possible, period. The level of joy and everything and like us all doing things as a family, you guys made that possible. We still would have been together no matter what. We still would have been happy, but this was a whole nother level on top of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's unfair because you hadn't been given the opportunity to be out long enough to be able to provide that Christmas for your family. So the fact that the community came together to
Yeah.
help you with that is huge, man. That's
Just
awesome.
amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Totally mind blowing.
That's awesome, man. That is probably the best way to end it because I will have to wrap up here soon. But what else? Anything else you want to hit
Yeah,
on?
we've been
before
going for
we-
almost 2 hours. So
Yeah, it's great. Honestly, it's great to just be back with you and just chat with you and talk. And I know, man, I feel like a dirt bag that, we were keeping in touch for a while, then we're emailing on the app for a while, then I had issues with that and it wouldn't let me put more like credits on my phone. And so I felt like a terrible friend at, the last like year and a half of your sentence that I wasn't, keeping in touch with you. But I apologize about that, man. I never want to leave you hanging.
oh, it doesn't matter. I had so many people write me up in prison. Like it kept me. I was good. Like thank
Well,
you.
I would do anything for you and your family, man. So I appreciate
Well,
you.
you're
I
gonna
just
help me
don't
with
think
the Only Tactical Fans at Shopify.com. Get some more
There you
merchandise
go.
on there and make it not
I
so
will.
just brand. What do you call it? Branded merch.
Yeah. Oh, and there's so much stuff we can do, man. There's a lot, and there's other stuff you can open it up to without like having to veer too far outside of what you guys are already doing. It'll be like on brand. You know what I mean?
Right on. Yeah, I can't wait to get that up and going because I want stuff there to where people can. I want it to be like a normal shopping store, to where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I need to buy this. Let's go to Only Tactical Fans and go buy it.
Yeah, dude. And that's how. And I saw people commenting here, like I bought, shirts and stuff for me and also my friends, which is awesome. So, CRS has the energy level for sure, Drew, for sure. And yeah, Kurt's the man. Kurt's
America.
dropping the link too.
Tomorrow.
Yes, I mean, anything that if you guys any support, if you guys are able to, would be huge for him and his family right now while he, gets back on his feet. And the fact that you're out and already up and doing streams and stuff is huge. So we're glad to have you back, brother.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back. And yeah, definitely don't forget to shop at Only Tactical Fans at Shopify.com. That's what's supporting the channel right now.
And
Make sure
keep
the
an eye
fans
on
don't
it.
have 'em. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying keep an eye on it because other stuff is going to be added too.
Yeah, definitely. That's what's keeping the feds from having a monopoly on the conversation. Is you guys right there shopping at that store because you know what? Then YouTube can keep their money.
Yep. Yeah, YouTube, terrible dirtbags.
But all right,
Well,
man.
Do I have it? Oh, hold on. All right, so your patch, the CRS star is actually on my helmet with my night vision and all that, but I do have something else. I don't know if you've ever.
That's hilarious.
Do you want me to show it or no?
No. Let's just keep that
No.
off.
No,
No, that's
All
totally
right, yeah.
blunder on my part. I can't believe it turned out that way, and I didn't notice it until someone pointed out.
Well, that's the power of a second set of eyes,
Yeah, I should have like at least shown somebody else and been like, "Hey, this is what I'm thinking about for a design." So I could be like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah. And then it's like, well, maybe it's just DLD. Let's check with John Crumb. Let's check with Flying Rich. Let's check. Everyone's
Yeah,
like,
and they all
"What?"
came back with the same answer.
Yeah, how could you do that? Yeah, that was great. But we only have this because we shopped at onlytacticalfans.myshopify.com. So
Yep.
show him some support. And guys, thank you for being here. And after the chat, if you can go drop a comment afterwards, it's going to push this into the algorithm, because YouTube is going to monetize this for them, but they just won't give CRS any money. But it will give him views, more exposure, more people will contribute, people will send cash apps even after the show.
Oh, check it out. Somebody's
and
got my
all that.
freedom patch as their avatar.
Hey, yes, Douglas Boing. Great to see you, bro.
It's 6'7". I don't even know what's going on with that, but I hear people say it all the time.
It's crazy. The kids are nuts. Frag out, brother. Great to see you, man.
Right on, right on. But all right, man, you have a good night. Appreciate everyone stopping into the stream. We'll try to. I don't want to overdo the streams because then the viewers always wind up falling off. So I'll probably do one once a month. I still want to go on Only Tackle Fans and stream on there, but I'll wait for my girl to be ready. She's not quite ready yet. We don't want to push her. She's went through this hard road. She's been there the whole time, just keeping it down. So when she's ready, that's when we'll do it over there. But I'll be jumping on other people's streams, so watch for me on other channels. I don't mind going on different places and doing interviews. I'll probably keep it to like a weekend type of thing. So if you have a different channel and you want me to come on, just hit me up for a weekend stream.
I would love to get you on our Saturday show. For those of you out there watching, so I do a live show every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. You can subscribe on YouTube and then also on Rumble. So every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. But I have been doing mostly Rumble because we can pick up guns, we can show guns, gear, and stuff that we're talking about. There's no restriction on speech, so that's kind of been my spot. But I do have a YouTube channel as well, so check it out. And thank you, CRS, for having me come on here. It was truly a treat.
Well, thank you. Well, you guys have a good night.
See you guys.